Hi, I'm John. I'm 22 from San Diego. This is going to be my reflections as an ENTJ and what life for me has been like. And I'm hoping that for you as a viewer will be able to kind of look at this and start associating faces, watching other people, and get a feel for what it is that makes people the way they are in person versus all these things that you read about online. Because I found that this is something helpful that I've seen through other people's videos, and you can always read like, oh, this person does this person does this, but if you don't identify it, then you won't think of applying it in real life. You won't know really what to work for, and it's hard to kind of attach the theory to what you're kind of dealing with in the real world. And for me particularly, that's something that I think would be very helpful, and by taking part in it, I think it'll force me to actually do that more, just given how like theoretical and idealistic my type and myself generally I am. This is my first time ever talking into a camera like this, so it's definitely going to be something that I got to get used to and just power through. So like I said, this is my first time, and I have little notes that I've written on the screen, just kind of talking points. I guess that speaks to my type again. I'm going to try to go through this whole thing without stopping, and that kind of goes against my nature. I want everything to be perfect, and if I mess up and stumble, I'm going to keep wanting to go again, but I'm just going to kind of go and see how it goes. I'm pretty amazed by the people that don't have these sort of talking points. I don't really have a speech memorized. That's not how I operate. I like to just kind of know what I'm going to say and then just talk about it naturally, and I think I'm in general a strong communicator in that sense. But I'm still amazed by these people that can just go on and ramble for 8, 10, 20, 30 minutes, like talk show hosts, radio hosts, anything like that. It's just something that really blows my mind. So I guess I'll start off talking about this Strengths Finder test I took at a leadership workshop that I applied for through my school. And essentially, you've probably seen the books, little Strengths Finder 2.0s, and I took that, and I didn't think it was that good of a test, because a lot of the questions were like, oh, like, do you like strategizing, or like just kind of playing it by ear? And then you get your test back, and it's like, oh, you like strategizing, so like obviously they just kind of regurgitate to you everything you told them. And one thing I really like about the Myers Briggs typology is that you get all these little yes or no questions, and a lot of them are very seemingly unrelated to all these bigger pictures they draw from you as a person. And I really liked that you're able to kind of answer all these seemingly trivial questions, and they give these very deep analyses that are very true. But anyways, the Strengths Finder that I took was actually very accurate, in line with the Myers Briggs, despite the sort of different ways I answered the questions. They both pointed to the same thing. They said my number one strength is strategy, and I definitely believe that's true. I love like board games, computer games. I love talking to people and helping them plan their careers and make decisions. Also communication. I'm very good at articulating kind of complex ideas, and I have all these theories that are way out there, and I kind of wonder things that a lot of people probably aren't thinking of on a day-to-day basis. So that was also very accurate. I also talked about ideation and like futurism and like starting things, and I'm kind of somebody that looks in the future. I see things how they could be a lot rather than how they are, just going around on a daily basis. And I started a company that manufactures these cups, red cups, to like reduce a lot of the waste that traditional party cups use. And I just sort of like have this attitude about being able to modify the world and go out and do changes in it rather than just kind of perceiving what it already is. I do have to say though that I do exhibit a lot of INTJ properties as well, like the more intuitive or introverted, and I do like reading alone or like watching TV. Like I don't actually watch TV, but if I'm watching Hulu or something, I'll typically like watch that by myself. I do enjoy watching with other people, but I don't really seek them out as much as I imagine extroverts should. But that's part of why I'm doing this sort of video documentary on myself, is so that I can hear from the audience or whoever is watching this that if what I'm exhibiting is the kind of behavior that I've tried to analyze it for as myself. So I think that it is possible that I do have introverted tendencies, and I think at times in my life I've been more introverted, but the test shows extroverted, and I do like people a lot. But even still, like if I go out, like I probably won't have as much fun if I don't drink. I think that's kind of true of most people, but I think that's also sort of introverted characteristic, where it kind of helps you feel like more relaxed and like outgoing and generally like more emotional when engaged with people.